Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. Rudo and Blais coming at you. AJ will be joining us shortly, probably. Avs taking on the Vegas Golden Knights on the second half of a back-to-back with travel and an away game.
Sweet.
For the second time in 2 weeks.
Yeah, get ready, buckle in, because every weekend moving forward for the...
They all look like this one.
It's the same thing over and over, Groundhog's Day. All right, let's go.
A brutal October schedule for the Avs, there's no doubt about it. And sure, like some of that has to do with the Finland trip and them fitting some stuff in, but they also get 2 days off, play Tuesday, and then get 2 more days off and play another back-to-back. So what are they doing with this schedule?
I could see it for 2 weeks, right? Like
Totally.
You could say, okay, you're going to Finland. We got to work the schedule out. But still, I'm not really even buying that, right? Because like you can still have a day separation of these games, fit them in, and still have that gap that you need for the travel, the rest, everything that happens going, overseas.
They literally didn't play opening weekend. They just had no games scheduled so they could have back-to-backs the rest of the month.
Yeah,
it's nonsense. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that one. As AJ's getting in here, we're going to make Yahir change all the cameras.
That's right.
To stare at Blais.
Look at me.
Blais, as we're getting into this game, do we care if they lose this game at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 2 points are 2 points, and especially
Fair.
in a season where you don't know what's going to happen throughout the season with injuries. You can go into a series of just losses, and right now in the beginning of the season, you're trying to make your way in what you're going to be, your identity for the year. And right now, the Avs are kind of, they are 50-50 basically, So
you care a little or a lot?
I care a little about this game.
Okay.
I care a lot. Fuck those guys.
It's a hard ass, though, right?
Yeah,
it's a hard ass.
Come on.
It's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
If this game goes exactly like the Calgary game went, you just kind of shrug your shoulders and go,
Stop taking penalties.
that would help.
Oh.
That would be a positive for sure.
Just stop taking penalties.
Or be a better PK.
Hey,
Or kill them.
Yeah.
their
One of
PK
those
was
two.
good last night on the whole.
They let a goal in.
Yeah, they also scored a goal. So
That's true. That's true. Does that even out?
Yes.
All right.
and the problem there is, again, they took 5 of them. That's 10 minutes of your game gone.
Yep.
Well, and then you only get 2 power plays.
Right.
And the officiating was brutally bad.
It was garbage. It was.
Like, down to the linesman. Like,
the 5-second late whistles were like mind-boggling.
That one was the one that we were talking about was hilarious.
like waving off an icing, too,
Yep.
where, like, he clearly had steps. And then one of them they call.
Yep.
Where an Av gets to the puck,
it's
and you're
like-
like, what? What the hell is this? Yeah, last night was stupid, though.
It was.
McKinnon got hauled down and was screaming
Yeah.
at the
Yep.
ref.
No call.
No call, and then they go down to the other side of the ice, and they take a penalty.
Yeah.
Byram gets called for a slash on a stick lift, as it is, So hopefully it's a
a
little
lot
better.
of those this year.
Yeah.
I've seen, watching as many of the NHL games as I've been able to, a lot of stick lift slashings.
Yeah.
We were just like, what the hell is this?
Getting into tonight's game, Georgiev getting the start after Frankie.
Big test for him. Like, this is his first, serious test.
Yep.
So I'm super into that.
Yeah. There's
I really like the idea that, because they gave Frankie Calgary.
Yep.
And we're like, let's see how this goes. And he performed as you would expect in that situation. This is like a big early... That guy just went through puberty.
Yep.
Like minutes ago, apparently. But no, it's I think it's a great test for Georgiev, and it'll be a good barometer of where he really is, because we haven't really seen the game, the
He had
first
an
game.
easy win against Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He had a Minnesota game, which was just blowout offense, basically.
Which was a weird flow, weird vibe, weird feel to it, and everything that happened in that, like goals are going off of guys on both teams. Like pucks are just going in. So if we get a more normal game, and expecting him to get shelled a little bit. You know, he should be at home, just given his Rangers tenure.
I want to get into some cliches here. Well, they don't have to be cliches, but I know they're going to be. How do the Avs win on the second half of a back-to-back?
I mean, it's smart. Like, you have to play a smart game. You limit the amount of penalties that you take. You forecheck it hard. You don't give away opportunities. You don't take 10 minutes to get worked into the game. Survive the initial rush. You know, all the old hockey cliches.
Yeah.
Like, get out of the first 5 minutes, either ahead or tied. You feel pretty good. Settle into the game. Just don't give anything free. Make them earn it. And if they earn it and they still beat you, then you tip your cap. But otherwise, make them earn it, because it's been way too many freebies. That game-winning goal last night against Seattle, it's free.
Yep.
Like, it's a nothing play. McDermott can't handle it. Frankie shits the bed. Like, you got the two guys who were involved in that play that failed. They both just failed in their jobs. And Frankie far more so, in my opinion, than McDermott.
Oh, for sure.
I don't even think McDermott was that bad. Like,
I mean, he loses a foot race in open ice.
So, like,
but
I
that's
agree.
That's what he does.
He's going to do
Yeah.
that.
When you understand the player, you've accepted that that's the situation.
But it's also, like, it's fair to, okay, if you know that that's going to happen, why is he out there losing that battle over and over and over and over?
A fair choice.
So, and, like, I get it, if McDonald's really not healthy, whatever,
Right.
like, you don't have a sixth defenseman that you really trust. But 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not like they trust him.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's out there for goals
In
against
a tie
is like,
game late.
yeah, where you're just like, okay, you don't trust this guy, but when you put him on the ice, you get burned.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, right? It's going to be a team effort tonight. You can't just have two lines going, players playing 28 minutes and then guys doing less than 8.
Yeah.
Some
You
forwards
just
doing
can't
less
do it
than
on a
5.
back-to-back.
Yeah. I had 2 incomplete
Yeah.
grades that I had to give out last night because I was like, we didn't
Kaut.
hit our 5 minute threshold.
Yeah.
The only reason Kaut did is because he started the game there, has 2 horrible shifts in a row, and gets demoted and is not heard from again.
He wasn't on the ice at all in the third period. I don't think, did he take a shift?
That whole line was, I think Magna had 1 shift in the third. And
I don't know if I
was
saw
it.
him out there. Yeah.
But yeah,
I think it was really quick, too. Like,
Yeah.
face off, 5 seconds of play, puck goes out, and he was off again.
And the key here to have a team play, to be able to roll those lines, don't spot the other team a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I mean, really, like, they lose the game in 22 seconds.
Yep.
Like, you give up 2 goals in 22 seconds.
Yep.
You know, a power play goal, they make a nice play. Your defenseman, Manson, Johnson make bad reads off of each other.
Yep.
I don't understand why they continue to be a pairing. Like, you can split them up.
Yeah.
And so do that. Like, I don't know.
I also think there's problems with their PK system and the forwards having to cover too much ground, but that's topic for another day. But that goal, whatever. You give up a power play goal, that happens. You can't give up a 5-on-5 goal 22 seconds later off of some nonsense.
Straight up, well, and like, Frankie makes a bad play because he just fires a puck blindly up the wall. The puck bounces on Kaut.
Yep.
For some reason, Kaut gets dinged for this. Like,
A puck that no one's going to catch.
like it's totally like, look, this is a bouncing puck. He either catches it or he doesn't. And then,
and
shot
Frankie's
from the point,
not
like
set in
nothing.
net.
Yeah,
the defense is completely in
there's
shambles.
there's
Like,
nobody
yeah.
on Jared McCann over there.
Yep.
Like, it was what I'm saying. It's too free.
Yep.
It's too easy. They're not having, like, you look at the goals that the Avs scored to get back in the Winnipeg game, like long shifts. Like, those are ones where you, like, tip your cap and you're like, look, dude, they earned that goal. Look at the last 90 seconds. They dominated play.
Yeah.
They did all of this. Like, those are well-earned goals. And then you look at the goals that Seattle scored in that game. And 2 of the 3, you look at it and you're like, you just handed them to him.
Yep.
You just handed them to him.
Gave them away. And look, the reality of the night is McDermott is still going to be on D for the Avs. And they've got to find a way to be a little bit more consistent, is what I would say. You got an A+ game out of Bowen Byram last night.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the D?
I didn't give him an A+.
A-?
I think so.
Sure, whatever. An A-level game. And the rest of the D just didn't help.
Yeah.
Man, he was so good.
My entire review was like, hey, so they lost, but a Bowen Byram, huh?
Even before he scored the shorthanded goal.
He had the assist on the first goal. Like
he had just mugged somebody. I don't remember who it was, but it was Berkey. He just took the puck from him.
Yeah.
They went into the corner, and he was just like, that's my puck.
See ya.
He was flying. I mean, all over. He took away time and space in the Avs zone.
So who's got to step up with Bo tonight?
Makar has to play better than he did last night.
No goals.
Still no
I mean,
goals.
he
just a couple
he
of
looked
assists.
bad. He looked bad, though.
Well, and like, that's not a guy that strings bad games together.
No,
so,
absolutely.
And again, like, no goals.
Yeah.
Like, you know that's
Clock's ticking.
not going to continue much longer. Like, you almost kind of feel bad, like, the longer it goes, the more the breakout is going to be like, oh, like it's a 3 or 4 goal night where he tries to make it all up in one night and goes and wins them a game.
He's going to murder some team.
It could, and it could easily be tonight. Like,
Yeah.
it could easily, like, look, hey, he scored his first ever regular season goal in Vegas. It's not like he hasn't done it before, so.
Jesse isn't here, so
Yeah.
can we have a reasonable conversation about Eric Johnson?
I mean, he's just been bad. And I think what you really have the biggest concern for is that you could tell last year he'd lost a step, and it looks like he's lost another one. And mobility was such a calling card for him that it now takes him way too long to get up to the condor speed, right? You know, the condor fly stuff, like, it's done, man.
Yeah.
Like, that bird is grounded right now. He looks bad.
Blais,
He's reading the game slowly. He's flailing, or he's not playing defense. He's literally just flailing about on the ice.
maybe I've asked you this before, but where do you stand on the EJ slide?
Where do I stand on what?
The EJ slide, his penchant to go down to the ice full send all the time.
I mean, me and Jesse kind of have the same take on
Okay,
EJ.
all right, okay.
So-
I see where this is going. Not a fan.
But I mean, like, the thing is, what's happening now with the NHL is the game's getting faster. The forecheck is just so fast now. There's not enough time for him, like you're saying, to get up to speed. And you're seeing that he's just getting beat to pucks. The decision making, he just doesn't have enough time to make that decision. And you're seeing errant passes that aren't going to people, flubs of the puck that are going right to the other team. Those things are going to cost the Avs.
He's jumped into the play a couple of times on offense with good scoring opportunities. They've either gone wide or right into the logo.
And the
it's-
wide and out.
yeah.
And it's like,
Well-
look, like, there's a lot of that going around on the team right now, so that's not exclusive to him.
True.
But
And
when the rest of his game is also struggling, like,
Right, the thing is,
something has to get better.
You
here.
live with some of those issues because of what you get from him elsewhere. And
Yeah.
right now you're getting him just straight up falling over in front of his own net and
Yeah.
giving up goals.
This comment about not being worried about his future, who cares about his future?
Yeah,
right
you-
now, he's actively hurting
you care
the team.
about him right now.
Yeah, right now, in the moment, he's actively hurting them.
And you look at the future of all of the issues of this Avs team and you go, they'll be fine. You're not worried about this team long term right
Yeah.
now by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm really not.
Game starts at 8, by the way. We always go live half an hour before game. Look, you would like to see the Avs certainly kick it into gear a little bit. I think that was the most frustrating thing about last night is it felt like they kind of just cruised around in a game that they gave them 2 goals in and found a way to lose it. But
It was a weird game, too, because the shot counter was comically misleading.
yeah, it was not
Because
really that accurate.
I counted 7 shots on goal that the Kraken had last night that were dump-ins from the blue line.
Yep.
Or just
Very
like,
wide.
or like this like soft floaters
Oh.
that ended up that Frankie ended up like catching and being like
around the
okay.
net area.
Those
And
ones
just
are
being
funny
like,
too, right? Like
okay.
the blocker or the catcher that's way outside the goal, and like you see them count those when they
But
shouldn't be counting them.
Despite that
Yeah.
being misleading, it's also almost never do you see the Avs get held to 21 shots.
Well,
in
like
the night.
it was
Like,
misleading, but it wasn't even close to the
Right.
the difference
Yeah.
in the shot counter. Like yeah, I counted 7 of those, but they got outshot by like 15.
Yep.
So like they just like they got outworked last night. Last night was a straight up. That team walked into your building and worked harder than you did and walked out.
And you got what you deserved.
With 2 gritty points.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the thing that has to happen tonight for the Avs. They have to go in and they're going to have to outwork Vegas and just and make it happen. Like their stars need to show up. They didn't last night. They don't go absentee very often, so you feel pretty good that they'll get something. But does that mean that they don't get any of the depth production like they got last night?
You hope so.
You got to put it together, and that's how you win games.
You would like to think that last game was a confidence builder for that second line, at very least.
Certainly.
But
Knew he's got to finish.
well, and I don't know how.
Knew
I
he's
don't know
gotta
how
finish.
Nichushkin is not like the world's most confident man right now.
can do no wrong.
That dude could Google pickup lines and still pull with his confidence right now. Like, he's just on top of the world.
Oh, shit. Okay, let's get into Blais's bets. Blais, give us some confidence here.
Let's do some player props tonight because I was going with, the first line was just, they weren't there
were
last
ghosts,
night.
yeah.
So they don't usually have, back-to-back games where they're just super quiet. So I'm going to go, let's see, I have Mikko Rantanen with over 1.5 points at plus 120. I have...
Only plus 120, wow.
That's it. And I have Nathan McKinnon with an anytime goal scorer at plus 140.
Like that.
And then just because I hate him...
I would ramp that up to first goal scorer.
Really? First
Send
goal
it?
scorer.
Yeah.
Jack Eichel, anytime goal scorer.
The one thing I don't like about first goal scorer is that it's first scorer of the game.
Yeah.
I wish you could pick first Avs goal.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it sucks. Like, I lost a couple of those bets last year where I was right about the Avs. but
it was the second
They
goal.
were down 1-0 at the time, and I go and I look at my DraftKings bet, and it's got the red X on it, and I'm like, what?
Jack Eichel,
So if Devon Taves is going to play.
he is?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
apparently.
that's then no McDermott.
that helps a lot, and you really
Yes.
have no reason for a Johnson Manson PK pairing.
Yep. Well,
The depth on the D
just
right there
stubborn
just
at
helps.
that
and
Everybody drops down.
given Byram's play, if maybe Taves isn't 100%, you can shelter him a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they should.
Yeah.
I mean, this should be like 15 minutes. Devon Taves, like, pick your spots here,
Yep.
you know?
I mean, you missed one game, so 1.5 games. How serious is it? Is it just something that they were just being
We may never
cautious
know
about?
the answer to that question.
I know.
He could be playing with a broken leg for all we know.
He definitely doesn't have a broken leg.
I know. They specifically said there were no broken bones, so we're good on that front. Anyway, puck drop, maybe 5-10 minutes away here. We're going to wrap up the pregame. We got a watch log coming for you. Be sure to tune into that if you want to vibe with us. Beyond that, we will be live after the game to break it all down for you as usual, even if that does start at like freaking midnight tonight.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a thing. But yeah, we'll talk to you later.